Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome to another video of question and answer with Dr. Zakir Naik, where a brother asked question about that is it obligatory for traveler to keep fast in the month of Ramadan? So watch the video and after that we will talk about the video.
Okay, that just about answers that one then. Regarding the situation of a traveler, is it forbidden or optional for a traveler to fast?
Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 185, that if you are ill or on a journey, the prescribed number of days for fasting can be made later on. So this is a concession given. That means if you want to fast, you can fast. If you want to exempt yourself, exempt, but later on you have to make up the period. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here has compared the traveler and kept him or her in the same category as the person who's ill. Because the beloved Prophet Muhammad said, it's mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 3, hadith number 1804, our beloved Prophet said that traveling is a punishment, or when a person goes on a journey, it's like a punishment. That means it's difficult. He has to undergo many hardships. And it is mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 3, book of fasting, hadith number 1943. There was a Sahaba by the name of Hamza, may Allah be pleased with him, and he used to always fast even on a journey. So he asked the Prophet that should he fast on a journey or not. So the Prophet said, if you wish to fast, you can fast. If you don't want to fast, you don't fast. That means it was optional. If a person wanted to fast, he could fast. If he didn't want, he need not fast. For example, if a person who's used to traveling and he does not find any hardship, and if he fasts, there's no problem, it's good for him. Or if a person feels hardship and doesn't want to fast, then he need not fast. And this you come to know from the hadith of Hazrat Anas, may Allah be pleased with him. He said, it's mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 3, hadith number 1947, where Hazrat Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, he says that when we used to travel with the Prophet, some of the companions, they fasted. Some of them did not fast. But those who kept the fast did not criticize those who did not keep the fast. And those who did not fast, they did not criticize those who fasted. So basically, it's optional. Those who can take the strain and want to fast, they can. Those who don't want, it's up to them.
Logically, from there, we can deduce that it's an optional
That's right.
fast. But if a person decides to opt to fast whilst traveling, are they in a situation where they get more reward from Allah?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the previous verse, in Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 184, that those who are ill or on a journey, they can make up their fast later on. Or for a person for whom fasting is difficult, he can either fast or he can give a ransom, feeding of an indigent person. But let them know that fasting is better. So this proves that fasting is better, though they are exempted if they want. There is no sin on them, they can keep it up later on. But it is better. And we find in several hadith, if you read the hadith of the beloved Prophet, Muhammad, it's mentioned in Sahih Muslim, volume number 2, book of fasting, hadith number 2492, that there was a time when the Sahabas, they traveled with the Prophet. And because it was very hot, none of them fasted except the Prophet Muhammad and one Sahaba, Abdullah bin Abi Rabah. There's another hadith, several other hadith in Sahih Muslim, volume 2, book of fasting, hadith number 2472 and 2473, that the companions, they traveled with the Prophet, and some of the companions fasted, some didn't fast. And when the Prophet, when he came to know that it was becoming difficult for the companions to fast, he broke the fast. In another hadith, Sahih Muslim, volume number 2, book of fasting, hadith number 2472, once when the Prophet, in the year of the victory of Makkah, he goes to a place along with the Sahabas, and he realizes that some of the Sahabas who were fasting, they were finding it difficult to fast. So the Prophet, at the Asr prayer time, he took a goblet of water and he drank. He broke the fast, so that it becomes easier for the other. But from all these hadiths, we come to know that the Prophet preferred to fast unless it was difficult. And he broke the fast. Why? Because the other companions, they found it difficult. He did not want to put them in a critical situation. Therefore, he broke the fast. But from here we come to know that fasting is better if you can. If you cannot, then there's no problem. You may not fast and you can make up the fast later on. Further, we come to know that it is preferable to fast. Why? Because if a person delays his fasting, if he's traveling, and God forbid, if his life comes to an end or whatever it is, then that would yet be a thing which is left for him to do, a farais. So if a person can fast while traveling, it's preferable that he fasts. And furthermore, when you're traveling in the month of Ramadan, even the people around you, they fast. So it's easier in that sense. When you come back home and the month of Ramadan is over, and if you individually want to fast when no one else is fasting, it becomes many a times difficult. So that's one of the reasons also, that if you can do it with the hardship and fast while traveling, it's better, and even thawab is more.
Why is a person that is partaking in jihad exempted from fasting?
When a person is taking part in jihad, but natural fasting will make him weak, and he will not be able to perform that well in jihad while fighting the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the reason the beloved Prophet said, it's mentioned in Sahih Muslim, volume number 2, chapter number 420 in the book of fasting, hadith number 2486, that when Prophet Muhammad was going for jihad, he told the Sahabas that we are approaching the enemies. And if you don't fast, it will make you stronger. So break the fast. After this statement, some of the Sahabas, they broke the fast. Some of them yet continued fasting. The next time they stopped, the Prophet said, fasting will make you weak. If you don't fast, you'll be stronger. So break your fast, and I command you, you break it. That's the time when everyone broke. So therefore, but natural, when we fast, we make ourselves stronger. So we can fight in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a better way. And the more chances of victory, inshallah.
Welcome back, friends. I hope you enjoyed the video till the last minute. The brother asked question that is it obligatory for traveler that he should keep fast in the month of Ramadan or not? It's optional. So the answer is that it is optional for the person. For example, if you are traveling from Peshawar to Kohat, so the duration, the distance between Peshawar to Kohat is about 80 miles. So whenever the duration between your own or your homeland and the destination where you want to go, so if the duration is become 77 or 78 miles, so at that circumstances, at that condition, you are not obligatory to be a fast. So at that condition, the fast, keeping the fast, it's optional. If the, for example, if you are traveling in the bus and the bus is fully air conditioned and there is no sun, there is no, we can say that if there are no difficulties facing you, so at that condition, keep fasting will very good for you. But if you are traveling from one place to another by foot, the sun is shining, so and your body is completely wetting, your body produce a different kind of sweats, so at that circumstances you are not obligated to keep fast. You have to take some food, you have to drink some water, and whenever you complete your travel, so after that you have to keep fast. So for a traveler, the keep fasting is not obligatory, it's optional. If you feel good, if you feel relaxed, so then you have to keep fast. But if you are not feel relaxed, if you are not feeling very well, then you have to break down the fast and you have to eat something immediately, because it can harm your health. I hope you if you enjoy the video and you understand the video as well. So subscribe the channel and share it with your friends, and stay tuned for the latest updates.